Today I'm very honoured to be in the immersive setup studio of Felix Voon. Felix is a multi-platinum and award-winning mixing mastering engineer here in Kuala Lumpur. Felix made the bold decision to invest in a studio 5 years ago, and a year ago he went from stereo straight the way through to immersive. He's got a great residential setup here in the suburbs of KL. He's allowed me through the front doors today to have a quick chat and show me the setup.
My initial setup, I was using a sound devices USB interface into KRK Rocket monitors. As the years go by, I slowly changed the gear. Then the next one was EVE Audio monitors. About 5 years ago, I made the transition to the Focals. Initially, I had a Lynx Aurora as my interface. So that was the main setup for many years till about a year ago, I think. So that's when I got some leverage converters and a Coleman monitor controller. I was still using the Lynx and the D-Box when I first moved in here. The Dolby Atmos edition was just about 6 months ago only. I bought the Focusrite 16 line and the Neumann monitors. At first I was a bit concerned because in order for the consumers to enjoy Atmos mixes, that they will need at minimum a pair of earphones or headphones to be listening off the mobile devices. I wasn't so sure whether to make that leap or not, but then I made it anyhow. And thankfully it's been paying off. At first I was worried whether the demand would be there, but just looking at the trend in the US, it's like every single famous engineer is making the leap to Atmos, so they must be onto something. But I was a bit concerned that the trend won't catch up here in Southeast Asia. But since the launch of Apple Spatial Audio, even in Malaysia you can see that labels are wanting to get songs mixed in Atmos, so it's only logical that I provide this service as well. It feels like you're in the music in this room when you have an Atmos speaker setup. It's not about me, right? It's about the consumers, how they're going to enjoy the music. It's all about the binaural mix, I would say. Because you can make it sound great in this room, but ultimately it still has to sound great on headphones. I think for traditional stereo, whatever you do on the speakers will translate to headphones. But for Atmos, you need to listen on headphones as well to make sure what you're hearing in the room translates to headphones as well. I think it's natural to be skeptical of something new, especially when it's so new. But even recently with the launch of Netflix Spatial with the Sennheiser MBO, so I think it's definitely going to grow and keep growing. It's definitely here to stay, I would say.